And welcome everybody to Stock Talk. This off season, we'll be jumping into a 25-part series looking at every single driver that has won a race in the NASCAR Cup Series. Not just one, but we'll be going from the people who have won one race to all the way to the king. So it's going to be a long series. We're going to be doing about 7 to 8 drivers an episode. So enough talking. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. And without further ado, let's get right into it. The first driver we'll be looking at is Jack White, who ran 12 races over 3 years and won at the Hamburg Speedway in Hamburg, New York in 1949, just the 5th total race under the NASCAR banner. He was from Lockport, New York, under an hour away from Hamburg. He only ran the Hamburg race during the 1949 season, in which he won $1,500, the most money he would make in a season despite quadrupling the races in the following 2 years of competition. He ran 7 races in 1950, netting 1 top 5 in Hamburg and a 7th place finish in Charlotte. He only had 1 DNF and averaged a P18 finish. In his final year of competition, he had 1 DNF at Morristown, and he only finished in the top 15 once in his 4 races that year, getting it done in Pittsburgh. He averaged a P26 finish that year, and then bowed out of the sport after his rough finish at Morristown. He lived to be 68 and died in 1988. Not an amazing career, but a fairly middle-of-the-pack one. The next driver on this list is Danny Weinberg. He got his first and only win in 1951, his first year of competition at Hanford Motor Speedway in Hanford, California, a few hours away from his hometown of Downey. That season, he would run the most races he would ever run in a season at 6. Throughout his 17-race career, he kept his car fairly clean, except for one crash at Riverside in 1963. Other than that, he racked up 9 top 10s and averaged a finish of 13th. A fairly impressive and quick career from Danny, who would get $5,000 over his career, about $41,500 in today's cash. He would also run races in the K&N Pro Series West Division, but wouldn't even crack the top 15 in his one season there, averaging a finish of 21st. The next driver on this list is Art Watts. Art is from Portland, Oregon, and was born in November of 1917. He would get his only win at Portland Speedway, his hometown track, in 1957, when he was 39 years old. He was in his 3rd year of competition at the time. Over the course of his career, he racked up 6 top 10s and 5 poles, with an average finish of 14th. He had car issues in 5 races in his 19-race career in the Cup Series, and after Cup, he went to the K&N Pro Series West for 4 years, getting another win at guess where? Portland. He averaged a 14th place finish over 16 races, a decent career for Art as well. The next driver on this list is Tommy Thompson, who was born in Louisville, Kentucky in 1922, who won in just his 5th start at Michigan State Fairgrounds. This was just his 3rd race where he had not crashed out. He went on to get a top 5 and 2 top 10s that season, the best of his career. He would only get 1 more top 5 and 2 top 10s in his career. He wasn't an exceptional driver. In fact, in 3 straight seasons, he ran just 1 race and wrecked out each time. He finished his career at Daytona in 1959 after a 3-year hiatus with a 15th place finish, his best finish since 1953, and ended his career with an average finish of 27th. The next driver on this list is Donald Thomas, who was born in 1932 in Olivia, North Carolina. He recorded his only win in 1952 in Atlanta, driving the fabulous Hudson Hornet for his brother, Herb Thomas. During the 1952 season, Thomas raced in 21 of the 34 races that year, the most races he would ever run in a season. He raced in 10 more races 4 out of the 7 years he ran in the Cup Series. However, in his final year, he ran 3 races and averaged an 18th place finish over that span. Yet over his career, he netted 1 pole, 14 top 5s, and a whopping 37 top 10s, which means in about 47% of the races he ran, he would get a top 10. He would start his career driving for the likes of Herb Thomas, his older brother, but in the end, he would sponsor his own cars and would finish out his career with a DNF due to engine problems, an unfitting end to a fairly astonishing career. Next driver on this list is Chuck Stevenson, who was born in Sydney, Montana in 1919 and would enter the Cup Series in 1955 for 2 seasons, in which he ran just 2 races. In his first race, he would finish an abysmal 30th, but his only K&N West start that year, he would win at the Willow Springs Speedway, and would never run in that series again. But he would come back strong at the Willow Springs Speedway again in the Cup Series, and would win the 80-lap shootout. This would be his last Cup race that he would run. Not that he had died, he was just a driver in the USAC Championship Car Series, where he would run in 53 races over 13 years, getting 4 wins over a 3-year span from 1952 to 1954, likely why he tried his luck in the Cup Series. He would have his best year in that series in 1952 with 10 top 10s, 5 top 5s, and 2 wins, one at Milwaukee and the other at Duquoin State Fairgrounds in Illinois. He would end his USAC career in 1966 with 53 starts, 4 wins, 18 top 5s, and 36 top 10s, along with 3 poles. Not bad by anyone's standards. The last driver we'll be looking at today is Lake Speed. Lake was from Jackson, Mississippi, and started driving the Cup Series in 1979, where he wouldn't qualify for either Atlanta or Ontario that he attempted to qualify for that year. He ran his first season in 1980, where he ran 19 of the 31 races that year. His first race, he DNF'd with engine problems, but got 11th in the following race at Atlanta, and got his first top 10 in his 66 Speed Racing Chevy at Darlington. He would go on to get 4 more top 10s in the 1980 campaign, and even led 2 laps at Talladega. He would get his first win 8 years later at Darlington, and his wins Kmart Oldsmobile, which makes sense for Speed. He was great at Darlington. With some bad luck here and there, he still came out with 8 top 10s and a win at the track too tough to tame. Speed would end his career in a bad crash at Darlington, which then after he decided to retire from the Cup Series, with not a bad career overall. In 402 starts, he had 1 win, 16 top 5s, and 75 top 10s. And while racking up these numbers, he drove iconic cars, such as the Cartoon Network 9 and the Spam 9. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Stock Talk. Make sure you comment your feedback down below. I'd love to hear it. Love to improve how I make these videos, and I hope you enjoy. Please stick around for the entire 25-part series, and I'll help you get through this off season. See you soon.